Here we go. Heat 1, or not Heat 1, B Feature 1 for your Midwest Modifieds. On the pole is going to be the 25 of Eli Muhlenberg, and to his outside, the 18E of Carter Harrison. Row 2 going to be the 65 Junior of Carter Jackson, and to his outside, the 68 of Donnie Betts. Row number 3 going to be the 15R of Oakley Ragland, and the 75 of Colby Lathrop. Row 4 going to be the 14 of John Newell, and the 32R of Rich Dennison. Row 5, you got the 10 of James Heinrich, and the 25T of Austin Treadway. Row 6 going to be the 7C of Derek Cook, and the 33 of... Okay, I don't know why those are there, but 6th row, 7C of Derek Cook going to round out the field. And that's going to be B Feature 1. Top 5 going to move on to tonight's A main event. right, race fans, it's time. 8 laps the distance here for B feature number 1. Down into 3, we're going to get them lined back up. And the correct positions. right, down the back stretch the field's going to go. We're going to work on into turn 3. Out of turn 4, green flag going to be in the air. 8 laps of distance. We're going to hustle on down to 1 and 2. Eli Muhlenberg going to lead. Whoa, look out. Dustin Mathis right here in the 27. Oh, that's the yellow is out. Yellow, 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 yellow. All right, race fans down the back stretch into 3. We're going to try it again. Out of turn 4, green flag is going to be back in the air. They'll motor off down to 1 and 2. As it's going to be Carter Harrison out front as he's going to lead the charge down the back stretch and into 3. Look at the cluster. Oh, a little bit of contact between Jackson and Ragland. As we're going to stay rolling. Uh-oh, Jackson off the power. Yellow is out for trouble in 1 and 2. So Carter Jackson got a flat right rear tire. Ridge Dennison. And looks like Sam Keller went around over there in 1 and 2. All right, 1 lap down, 7 to go. It's going to be Carter Harrison out front. Eli Muhlenberg, Oakley Ragland, row 2. Out of turn 4, green flag going to be in the air as the top 5 going to transfer out of this B feature. Down the backstretch, Carter Harrison gone. Gone like a rocket. it as it's Carter Harrison, Eli Muhlenberg, Oakley Ragland, Rich Dennison, and Lonnie Seitz, your top 5. We've gone kind of single file right now. Here comes the 83 Ryan Smythe, as he's going to come out and join us. It's all Carter Harrison right now. Eli Muhlenberg second, Oakley Ragland third. As they're going to be duking it out, trying to get into the top 5. Two laps remaining here for our first B feature of the night. Eli Muhlenberg to the back bumper there of Carter Harrison. As they're going to work through 3 and 4, you're going to see the white flag one more trip around. Turn number 4, checkered flag waves for the 18E of Carter Harrison. Eli Muhlenberg second, Oakley Ragland third, Ridge Dennison fourth, and Ryan Smythe fifth. But 4th and 5th get connected up over there in turn 1 and 2, and it looks like Ridge Dennison has got trouble on the front end of that car after him and, well, maybe not. Looks like both drivers able to drive away. Oh, hold on. I'm being told the 83 of Ryan Smythe was a lap down. Here we go, B feature number 2 on the pole. Going to be the 15W of Corey Wilson. To his outside, the 75 of Colby Lathrop. Row 2, the 68 of Donnie Betts. And the 44R of Randall Cushing. Row 3, going to be the 14 of John Newell and the 16A of Shannon Geller. Row 4, going to be the 10 of James Heinrich and the 25T of Austin Treadway. Row number 5, going to be the 7C of Derek Cook and the 35E of Luke Aiken. Top 5 going to transfer into tonight's main event for $2,025. 30-lap feature for your Midwest Modifieds. Out of turn 4, green flag going to be in the air here as Corey Wilson, Colby Lathrop going to lead them on down the front stretch again. Only the top 5 are moving in. Look out, Lathrop gets wild. Oh, contact. Oh, we got trouble. We got smoke and fire. Colby Lathrop looped it around. Donnie Betts connected. John Newell collided. And we got a parking lot in turn 2. I don't know why Shane Creech is there, but he's up there. Oh, we got a fire in turn 3. Call the fire department. This one's out of control. And they're calling in for the tow truck over here for the 28C of Shane Creech. All right, so we got the 28C of Shane Creech hooked up to the tow truck because he's going to get some help back to his pits. John Newell sitting down here in the infield. He made contact with Colby Lathrop a little earlier in the race. Again, want to give a big shout out to OCCS out of Lebanon, Missouri, and Pro Cars as well. Big help for this weekend. Also want to give a big shout out to Eagle Machine, who put up an extra $510 to take our grand total for the feature winner from $1,515 to $2,025 to the feature winner of the Midwest Modifieds. All right, race fans, here we go. We're going to keep going. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Corey Wilson says, see you, bye-bye, guys. I'm out of here. Top 5 going to move on to tonight's main event for $2,025. Luke Aiken. Whoa, somebody caught the tire. Infield tractor tire on the loose. Yellow is out, yellow is out, yellow is out. Looks like my son playing the World of Outlaws game, pushing a tire out into the middle of the track. That way I can't outrun him. All right, race fans, here we go. We got the random tractor tire put back in the correct position. Hey, the tire said if you can't make the show, be the show. And that's what it did. It tried to be the show. Down into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be back up in the air. Oh, look out, Heinrich. Heinrich kind of got together with Donnie Betts there going into 1, and that is going to bring out another yellow, 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 yellow. All right, race fans, we're going to do a single file restart and see if we can get some green laps in like that. Corey Wilson, Randall Cushing, Shannon Geller, your top 3. Austin Treadway, Derek Cook, your top 5. Again, top 5 going to transfer out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Down at a 1 and 2, Corey Wilson, he's out of here. See you, bye-bye. Randall Cushing trying to hold on to second as here comes Shannon Geller, Austin Treadway coming around on the top side. Derek Cook down on the bottom side. Top 5 starting to pull away from the rest of the field as Corey Wilson is starting to clock out and be gone like yesterday. He's going to be out front all by himself like the chess club president on prom night. Now to turn 4, it's still the 15W. Cushing holds on to second, but he's got a herd right behind him. Shannon Geller now down to the bottom of Randall Cushing. Geller going to get up to second as they go down into 3. Austin Treadway still on the top side of the speedway. Now to turn 4. Oh, look out. Contact between Cushing and Cook. But they're going to stay rolling as we're clean and green. Here comes Donnie Betts. Donnie Betts trying to get into the top 5 to lock him into the show. As they're going to go down into 3. Corey Wilson going to cross the stripe with a full straightaway lead over the rest of the field. Only the top 5 moving on, and that is Corey Wilson, Shannon Geller, Austin Treadway, Derek Cook, and Donnie Betts as of this moment. Corey Wilson comes out of turn 4 with 2 to go. Derek Cook, Donnie Betts battling out there for 4th and 5th. Your top 5's just battling for position in the starting position in the feature. As the white flag waves one more trip around. Now to turn 4, checkered flag for the 15W at Corey Wilson. Shannon Geller second, Austin Treadway, Donnie Betts, and Derek Cook going to be your top 5 moving on to the feature tonight. Only the top 5 move on. All right, race fans. It's time. B features are all done. We're going to get ready to roll out our first feature of the night. And I got a special guest up here. I got a little man by the name of Wyatt. He's going to read you the starting lineup for your POWRi Pure Stocks feature here at the 3rd Annual Bill Ragland Memorial. So I'm going to let him take it away.
In row 1, we have 23R on the inside, Jeff Reed. And on the outside, we have number 42, Trevor Ellingson. On row 2, we have number 21, Peyton McDowell.
Hold on, race fans. Okay, race fans. I made a boo-boo. I pulled up the wrong feature lineup. So the correct feature lineup is going to be your POWRi B mods. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Wyatt read the starting lineup for your POWRi B mods. And again, this is going to be 15 laps around.
In row 1, we have on the inside number 86, Jeff Albright. On the outside, we have number 65, Chris Jackson. On row 2, we have number 12, Parker Smith. We have 90S, Terry Schultz. On row 3, we have number 7, William Garner. Next, we have 20D, Dawson David. On row 4, we have number 24, Joshua Reddy. And we have 5C, Brian Cook. On number 5, we have number 77, Jeremy Hazel. Then we have 12S, Christopher Sawyer. Row 6, we have number 2, Eric Graves. Next, we have 42J, Donnie Jackson. On row 7, we have 90, Josh Ferris. Next, we have number 26, Evan Groves. On row 8, we have 16M, Brian Myers. And we have 14C, Cody Crabtree. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have row 9, number 51, Michael Stake.
That's going to be your stars and cars for your POWRi B mod feature event here tonight. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to be green flag when they come out of turn 4. Jeff Albright, Chris Jackson up there on the front row. Parker Smith, Terry Schultz going to be row number 2. Green flag going to be in the air. They'll hustle on down on a 1 and 2. Chris Jackson jumps out early. Look out. Jeremy Hazel around. And everybody else going to make it through clean and clear. Yellow, yellow, yellow. All right, we're going to get these guys in the correct positions as we did not get a lap completed. So we will go original restart minus Jeremy Hazel. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag out of 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Bell motor off down on a 1 and 2. Chris Jackson back out to the race lead. Jeff Albright going to follow. This time, everybody going to make it through clean and clear. And at turn 4, lap 1 goes to Jackson, Albright, Schultz, David, Smith. That's your top 5. Chris Jackson trying to run away early. Uh-oh. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The bottom of turn 4. The 12S of Christopher Sawyer loops it around over there, and it looks like our green cone may have disappeared. All right, so our green cone is no more. We're going to have a little tombstone put up over there in turn 4 for our green cone, as the 12 of Christopher Sawyer unalived it. Now we got it looks like a cone on top of a cone. It works. Chris Jackson, your race leader, as he's up front. Jeff Albright, Terry Schultz, Dawson David, and Brian Cook round out your top 5. Then you got Parker Smith, William Garner, Joshua Reddy, Eric Graves, Donnie Jackson Jr., Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. Delaware double file restart. We're going to be green flag out of 4. Green flag is in the air. We're going to rock and roll back down in the 1 and 2. Chris Jackson out front starts to pull away. We got trouble in 1, but we're going to keep rolling. We're clean and clear. As they come out of turn 4 is Jackson. Terry Schultz to second. If you remember back in the heat race, Terry Schultz gave Chris Jackson a run. Now Terry Schultz has got to catch Jackson to give him a run again. Out at turn 4, Chris Jackson, your race leader. Terry Schultz, Jeff Albright, your top 3. Dawson David, Brian Cook, your top 5. William Garner sitting there in 6th in that number 7 car. Parker Smith right behind him in 8th. Joshua Reddy, Eric Graves right there behind Parker Smith and William Garner, as Garner going to move up a little bit further in front of Parker Smith. Jeff Albright and Terry Schultz still battling out door to door as they're going to come through 3 and 4. But out front, it is all the 65 of Chris Jackson. Ticking down here in the first feature of the night. For your POWRi B-Mods in the 3rd annual Bill Ragland Memorial, brought to you by OCCS of Lebanon and Pro Cars. Oh, look at this. William Garner up to 5th. Jackson out front. Albright, Schultz, David, Garner, that's your top 5. Brian Cook sitting at number 6 spot, but he's got Eric Graves, Joshua Reddy right behind him. Uh-oh, Crabtree off the power. Crabtree going pit side. Chris Jackson starting to gain the back part of the field. Oh, there's the leader. I couldn't find the race leader. Jackson crosses the stripe. Albright behind him. Schultz in 3rd. David Garner, Graves, Reddy, Cook, Smith, Myers, and Donnie Jackson Jr. Stake, Ferris, Groves, Hazel, Sawyer. That's the field right there as they're going to go all the way around. Everywhere you look, you got cars. Battle right here between Reddy and Graves. Oh, Michael Stake got wild, but we're clean and green as we're going to keep rolling. Two laps to go here for the 65 of Chris Jackson to the back bumper there of Christopher Sawyer. Gonna see the white flag. One more trip around for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Down the back stretch, they're going to go for the final time. The end of 3. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Jeff Albright second and Terry Schultz third. All right, race fans, it's time to crown the first feature winner of the night at the 3rd annual Bill Ragland Memorial. He's going to get his safety equipment off, and he's going to climb out of that hot rod, and you fans are going to make some noise. I see movement. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 65 of Chris Jackson. All right, race fans, we're going to lay some moisture down on the speedway. They're going to take the pictures down in Victory Lane. Hey, listen, coming up after the Pure Stock feature, before the Midwest Mod feature, we got a surprise for you folks in the stands. So you're going to want to make sure you're ready and paying attention. I'm going to give you the starting lineup for the POWRi Pure Stocks. On the pole is going to be the 23R of Jeff Reed, into his outside the 42 of Trevor Ellingson. Row number 2 is going to be the 21 of Peyton McDowell, and the 0 with James Reedus. Row 3, you got the 32 of Richard Adams and the 19 of Trenton Houston. Row number 4 going to be the 14 of Derek Davis and the 68 of Rhonda Lampke. And row number 5 going to be the 28W of Michael Willoughby and the 05G of Grayson McKinney. Here we go, race fans. Time for a little pure pandemonium. And green flag out of turn 4. They're going to rock and roll down to the 1 and 2. Jeff Reed going to lead them. Peyton McDowell, Trevor Ellingson going to shut the door on James Reedus as he was trying to thread the needle. Out of turn 4. Jeff Reed going to take lap 1. Peyton McDowell loops it around coming out of turn 2. Yellow is out for the 21 of Peyton McDowell over there coming out of turn 2. right, race fans, we're going to shut the lights off, and they're going to be green flag when we come out of turn 4. Jeff Reed out front. James Reed is Trevor Ellingson, row 2. Richard Adams, Trenton Houston rounding out your top 5. And the 3 coming out of turn 4. Green flag is going to be in the air. Down the backstretch, Jeff Reed leads them. It's Jeff Reed out front. Trevor Ellingson, James Reed is duking it out for 2nd and 3rd. Trenton Houston sits in 4th. And whoa, you got us a little bit of contact back here at the back part of the field. Derek Davis trying to get under Richard Adams as Adams going to hold on to 5th. Grayson McKinney all over the back bumper there. Oh, look at this, 3 wide out of 2 down the backstretch. Jeff Reed stuck in the middle. Reed is down on the bottom side. Trevor Ellingson right there to the top shelf. Now Trenton Houston up to 3rd. Top. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The 28W of Michael Willoughby loops it around over here in turn 4. All right, race fans, 4 laps down, 11 to go for your POWRi Pure Stocks. Jeff Reed been in charge since the drop of green. Got Trent Houston up there with Trevor Ellingson for row 2. James Reed is Richard Adams for row number 4, rounding out your top 5. Derek Davis, Grayson McKinney, Peyton McDowell, Rhonda Lampke, and Michael Willoughby rounds out the field. Green flags in the air. Contact between Davis and McKinney on the start. Going to be 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Reed is Houston, Ellingson going to be 3 wide. And it's going to be Davis, McKinney, Adams 3 wide. Oh, 4 wide down the back stretch. Here in the mid-pack, going to be almost 5 wide. Jeff Reed up front. James Reed is Trevor Ellingson, your top 3. Derek Davis, Richard Adams, top 5. And Trenton Houston is off the power as Trenton Houston has broke something. Richard Adams facing the wrong way. We're going to stay clean and green as the battle for the lead is underway here between James Reedus and Jeff Reed. Reedus down to the bottom side as Reed bobbled it. Now to turn 4, drag race to the line. Jeff Reed by half a car over James Reedus. Trevor Ellingson 3rd, Derek Davis 4th. Grayson McKinney holds on to 5th, but he's got Peyton McDowell right down there to the bottom side of him. Oh, contact between Reed and Reedus. But Reed is going to hold. Reed going to hold on as Reed is still trying to reel him in. Derek Davis now down to the bottom side of Trevor Ellingson. As you got a battle for 1st and 2nd, battle for 3rd and 4th, battle for 5th and 6th. Good battles all through the field, especially through the turns. As Ellingson went way high, that let Derek Davis come around and solidify that number 3 spot. James Reed is going to come right to the back bumper of Jeff Reed, going to diamond it off out of 3 and 4. Jeff Reed holds on as laps are ticking down here in your POWRi Pure Stock feature. Reed has got a good run out of 2, down into 3. Three wide back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. James Reed has got the lead going down the back stretch and into 3. Out of turn 4, it is still Jeff Reed with 2 to go. Derek Davis now up there making a 3-car battle for 1st. 3 cars battling for 4th. Out of turn 4, white flag waves for the 23R of Jeff Reed. Down the back stretch for the final time. Into 3. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 23R of Jeff Reed. James Reed is 2nd, Derek Davis 3rd. All right, a little cat and mouse game going on there. So you see the gentleman climbing up the flag stand? He's got something. As soon as I get done announcing our victory lane winner for your POWRi Pure Stocks, give it up for the 23R of Jeff Reed. All right, race fans. Up there in the flag stand is Mike Striegel. He runs the Outlaw Kids Racing Tour. He's got some stuff in the bag. We got our Midwest Modified feature coming up. The football he's got is autographed by every Midwest driver in the feature. So he's going to throw that out to somebody in the crowd. And I think it went under the bleachers. All right, now, these little balls that he's throwing out, each ball has a driver's number on it. If you catch a ball and the driver with your number wins, you need to go down to the Outlaw Kids Racing Tour because they have a special surprise for you. So catch one of these balls, and if your driver wins, there's a special surprise at the Outlaw Kids Racing Tour for you. And that kid just caught one and gave it to somebody. Such a sweetheart. So we're gonna see how, we know he's a good flagman and a good racer, but we're gonna see if he'd be a good baseball player. And he's throwing stuff at me now. I think he would make a good baseball player. I think he would. I think he would make a great baseball player. Oh, that went over the fence. Mike, how many balls you got left? Three more, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you just hit that little girl right in the face. I mean, in all fairness, we could say, way to use your head. And he's empty. Again, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, do you guys see the number on your ball? Okay, that's the driver you want to be cheering for. Because if that driver wins, you go to the Outlaw Kids Racing Tour trailer and they have a special surprise for you. I'm going to give you the starting lineup for your 30-lap, $2,025 Midwest Modified feature. On the pole, going to be the 64 of Pete Richardson, and to his outside, the 33 of Steve Muhlenberg. Row number 2, going to be the 122 of Michael Maggard, and his outside, the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Row 3, you got the 79A of Cody Arnett and the 79A of Trent Wynn, and the 83 of Ben Newell. Row number 4, going to be the 57D of Dalton Roberts and the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Row 5, going to be the 23 of Mark Simon and the 41 of Alex Schultz. Row number 6, going to be the 21H of Jordan Holloway and the 27 of Terry Williams. Row 7, you got the 18E of Carter Harrison and the 15W of Corey Wilson. Row number 8, going to be the 25 of Eli Muhlenberg and the 16A of Shannon Geller. Row 9, the 15R of Oakley Ragland and the 25T of Austin Treadway. Row number 10, going to be the 32R of Ridge Dennison and the 7C of Derek Cook. And our 11th and final row, the 21K of Sam Keller into his outside, and spot number 22, the 68 of Donnie Betts. All right, race fans, it is time for one of the greatest spectacles in all of dirt track racing. Midwest Modifieds here at the 3rd annual Bill Ragland Memorial. They're going to go 4 wide to salute you and thank you for your attendance this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, in return, we want you to stand. And when they come out of turn number 4, I want you to make enough noise for the drivers to hear you over the rumble of their engines. Race fans, off your seat and on your feet. Make some noise. Come on, race fans, get up. Let the flash of those cameras go off. Clap, scream, cheer. Missing man 4 wide salute in honor of Bill Ragland. Give it up for your POWRi Midwest Modifieds. All right, race fans, we're going to shut the lights off and we're going to go green flag out of turn 4. 30 trips around for $2,025. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Down to 1 and 2, we're going to rock and roll. Richardson's got trouble. We got a parking lot in turn 1. We go to red flag conditions. All right, race fans, here we go. Lights are down. We're going to be green flag out of turn 4. Muhlenberg, Maggard on the front row out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Down to 1 and 2, they're going to go. Maggard jumps out front down the back stretch. The 122 of Michael Maggard going to lead them. Steve Muhlenberg sitting in second. Trent Wynn down on the bottom side. It's going to be Maggard, Muhlenberg, Wynn, Roberts, Simon. And then you got Schultz right there in the 41. "30 laps is a long time to be inside one of these cars. How's the driver's going to fare? Uh-oh. Austin Treadway off the power. A lot of cars just slingshotted by him. As it is Michael Maggard. Trent Wynn coming up to get around Steve Muhlenberg. Front. Now look at this, Dalton Roberts coming up. He's going to try to squeeze around Steve Muhlenberg to get into the top 3. Austin Treadway down into the infield. As Roberts is going to get up around Muhlenberg and into 3rd. Mark Simon sitting there in 5th. Alex Schultz right down to the bottom side of Simon. Mark Simon all over the back bumper of Steve Muhlenberg. Michael Maggard out front by about a half a track over the 79A of Trent Wynn. Dalton Roberts sitting in 3rd. Mark Simon 4th. Alex Schultz, Steve Muhlenberg battling for 5th and 6th. Then you got Jordan Holloway, Terry Williams, Corey Wilson, and Eli Muhlenberg battling it out there. Shannon Geller, Carter Harrison, Pete Richardson, Oakley Ragland, Rich Dennis. Oh, look out. Tire got clipped by the 7C of Derek Cook. Got another cone down there going to the morgue. As it is all Michael Maggard out front. Trent Wynn slowly trying to reel him in. Ticking down here in our Midwest Modified feature. Lap traffic is about to become an issue. As Ben Newell pulls off the speedway. Oh, we got a road cone out in the infield. Oh, it rolled back on. The cone jumped onto the track and then went back to the infield. Michael Maggard out front. Trent Wynn slowly reeling in that 122. Michael Maggard. Oh, Donnie Betts got the tire. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow is out, yellow. As the 68 of Donnie Betts hooked the infield tractor tire and took it out into the middle of turn 4. All right, so we're going to get our starting cone back into play after it got taken out not once, not twice, but 3 times. 2 of them just in this heat, or just in this feature. Somebody killed the cone on one of the laps, and then Donnie Betts decided to grab the tire and bring it out into the track. Make a little obstacle course for our drivers. All right, so it looks like the 7C of Derek Cook might have just broke his front end right there. So they are possibly calling for the tow truck, as he just kind of come to a screeching halt over there at the top of turn 2. And it is correct. They're calling for a hook on the front of Derek Cook. So he did break the front end on that 7C car. Turn number 4. Almost to the halfway point as we are 12 down, 18 to go. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Michael Maggard going to lead him on down the front stretch. And into 1 and 2, Trent Wynn going to be chasing him. Dalton Roberts going to be there as well. Look out. Everybody's through 1 and 2. We're clean and green. Out of turn 4, it's Maggard, Wynn, Roberts, Simon, Muhlenberg. kind of single file right now. As Mark Simon going to take the road less traveled, as he's going to go to the top shelf and try to run down your race leader. As he's to the back bumper there of Dalton Roberts. Race leader, Trent Wynn, Dalton Roberts, Mark Simon, Steve Muhlenberg. That's your top 5. Then you got Jordan Holloway, Alex Schultz, Terry Williams, Corey Wilson, Pete Richardson, Eli Muhlenberg, Shannon Gellers, Sam Keller, Oakley Ragland, Donnie Betts, and Ridge Dennison. That's the field as we have gone single file kindergarten style right here for 2025 to win 3rd annual Bill Ragland Memorial 30 lap Midwest Modified feature. Oh, Richardson all over the back bumper of Corey Wilson. Pete Richardson says, dude, you need to get out of my way. I got to get back to the front. Muhlenberg going to slingshot around Richardson. Uh-oh, we're back on the track. Mark Simon got up a little too high through 3 and 4. Jumped up over the cush and come back down and kept rolling. Oh, now Alex Schultz off the power. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the 41 of Alex Schultz. All right, so Alex Schultz getting some help back to his pits from the push truck. Trent Wynn sits in second behind Michael Maggard, and Trent Wynn gets to pick top or bottom in the Delaware double file restart, and he's going to go to the bottom side. Dalton Roberts going to go to the top. Steve Muhlenberg down to the bottom side. Mark Simon top. That's your top 5. Followed in by Jordan Holloway, Terry Williams, Corey Wilson, Eli Muhlenberg, Shannon Geller, your top 10. Then you got Pete Richardson, Sam Keller, Oakley Ragland, Donnie Betts, and Ridge Dennison. Lights are down. We will be green flag racing when they come out of turn 4. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Down the back stretch, the field's going to go as we're clean and clear through 1 and 2. Mark Simon goes way high into the wall. And he's going to park it up there at the top of turn 3 and 4. And that is a yellow, 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 yellow. So Mark Simon was able to drive away, which I'm going to be honest, I did not see that coming. I figured as hard as he hit that wall with that right rear, he was not going to be able to drive away, but looks like he's gonna keep pushing. So with Mark Simon hitting the wall, that's going to move everybody behind him up one. So Jordan Holloway now into the number 5 spot. One to go from the flag stand. Lights are down. Michael Maggard, your race leader. Trent Wynn, Dalton Roberts, your top 3. Steve Muhlenberg, and now Jordan Holloway, your top 5. Now to turn 4, green flag is in the air. Down to the 1 and 2, we're going to hustle motor on. We got 2 around. Yellow is back out. Yellow is back out. This time for Ridge Dennison and Sam Keller. Race fans, lights are down. We're going to be green flag after they come out of turn 4. Or when they come out of turn 4, however you would like to word that, you great folks. Green flag is back in the air. Here we go. Down to 1 and 2, we're going to rock and roll. Simon goes way high again off the cush, but he brings it back down. Everybody makes it through. We're clean and green. Turn 4, everybody down on the bottom but Mark Simon. Mark Simon taking that road less traveled. As he's going to be up there on the top side. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Muhlenberg and Holloway, but it's all right. We're still rolling. Michael Maggard out front, Trent Wynn. Steve Muhlenberg now into that number 3 spot. As Dalton Roberts sits forward. Corey Wilson now up into 5th. Laps are ticking down here. Your race leader comes out of turn 4. And he's followed in by a single file kindergarten style. Great driving all through the field here. Trent Wynn sits second, trying to run down Michael Maggard. As 1 and 2 starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Steve Muhlenberg sits in 3rd. Dalton Roberts 4th. Corey Wilson 5th. Then you got Jordan Holloway, Terry Williams, Eli Muhlenberg, Shannon Geller, Oakley Ragland. Michael Maggard out front with 2 more trips around. Down the back stretch he's going to go. Mark Simon pulling off the speedway. Mark Simon off the speedway. White flag, 1 more trip around. For the 122 of Michael Maggard. Can he take home the $2,025 payday? He's got 2 turns to go. Into 3. Out of turn number 4. Checkered flag for the 122 of Michael Maggard. Trent Wynn 2nd and Steve Muhlenberg 3rd. All right, race fans down there in victory lane, it is time to crown the third annual Bill Ragland Memorial Midwest Modified Feature winner. He's going to get his safety equipment off, and then we're going to make some noise. That man had her set on kill tonight. Give it up for the 122 of Michael Maggard. You got Michael Maggard. Marilyn got Michael Maggard. Marilyn, you got to go to the trailer down here to collect your prize. Miss Marilyn got the 122 ball that Mike Striegel threw out earlier. So she's going to go visit the Outlaw Kids Racing Tour. Hey, Josh Ferris, if you are still in attendance, I need you to go to the pit shack, please. Josh Ferris, if you are in attendance, please go to the pit shack. And Mike, I'm going to need that picture you took. I need you to send it to me, brother. And your ball winner is at the trailer. Here we go, our final feature of the evening, gonna be your POWRi Hornets. On the pole, gonna be the 6 of Dustin Reeves into his outside. The 07 of Jordan Goddard. Row 2 gonna be the 80 of Jim Cook and the 7 of Alan Thompson. Row 3, you got the 3M of Bobby Mooney and the 9 of Kyle Dunn. Row 4, gonna be the 20 of Justin Day and the 66 of Max Dublin. And row number 5, you got the 32S of Alex Scarlett and the 12M of Corbin Mooney. Green flag out of turn 4. Dustin Reeves leads them down into 1 and 2. And lap 1 gonna go to the 6 of Dustin Reeves. As Reeves gonna be out front by a long shot. Jordan Goddard sits in 2nd, Jim Cook 3rd, Bobby Mooney 4th, Alan Thompson 5th, but he's got Kyle Dunn to his outside. Dustin Reeves starting to check out and be gone like yesterday. He's out front by a little over a half a straightaway lead. Oh, Kyle Dunn off the speedway at the top of turn 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow is out, yellow is out. All right, here we go. Lights are down. Out of turn number 4. Green flag is back up in the air. Dustin Reeves going to lead them on down into 1 and 2. Jim Cook coming around the outside of Jordan Goddard. Bobby Mooney right there to the back of Jordan Goddard. Now you're going to see 3 wide for 2nd. Here comes Max Dublin around the outside. Alan Thompson down to the bottom side. Oh, a little bit of contact up front here. But up front, it's Dustin Reeves by his lonesome. Jim Cook, Jordan Goddard. Oh! Bobby Mooney, Jordan Goddard, and Jim Cook, they're all bumping and banging, playing a little bit of bumper cars down there. But we're going to stay rolling clean and green. Max Dublin to the outside of Alan Thompson, who sits in the number 7 car. And it looks like Thompson might have trouble as he's kind of slowed up. But out front, Reeves, a full straightaway lead over Cook and Goddard, who battled out for 2nd and 3rd. Bobby Mooney sits in fourth, watching the battle unfold. Dustin Reeves crosses the stripe. Here comes Jordan Goddard, who sits in second. Jim Cook back to third. Bobby Mooney fourth. Max Dublin up to fifth. Dublin starting to run down the 3M of Bobby Mooney. Alan Thompson going to sit there in that number 6 spot. Corbin Mooney 7th, and Kyle Dunn rounds out your field. I keep watching this battle right here between Jim Cook and Jordan Goddard for second and third. Them two are duking it out like two prize fighters, neither one backing down an inch. As it's Goddard by the front end of a car, or I should say the front end of a Cavalier. That's what both of them are driving. But Dustin Reeves is long gone, about a half a track lead over the man in second. And at one point, second place is Jordan Goddard, and then it's Jim Cook. Then it's Jordan Goddard, and then it's Jim Cook. So we're just gonna wait and see how this plays out. Now Jordan Goddard kind of solidified that spot. Jim Cook, Bobby Mooney, Max Dublin, your top 5, with Dustin Reeves being the man out front. 2 laps to go here for the final feature of the Bill Ragland Memorial. Into 3, Reeves goes out of turn 4, comes your race leader. He's going to see the white flag. One more trip around for Dustin Reeves. Here comes the rest of the field, literally a half a track lead. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag for the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Jordan Goddard second and Jim Cook third. Charlie and Wyatt, please come to the announcer's booth. Charlie, Wyatt, please come to the announcer's booth. All right, race fans, time to crown our final feature winner of the evening. Down there in Victory Lane, he's going to get his safety equipment off, and he's going to climb out of that POWRi Hornet. Give it up for the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Race fans, as you exit the facility, I want to tell everybody, please drive safe for the remainder of your weekend. Drive safe on the way home. And we'll see you next Friday night right here for our season championship for the 2025 season at the mighty Midway in Lebanon, Missouri.